Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope your day and your week are going well so far. The weekend is here. We got a new day, which of course means a new MLB Player Prop video to share with you guys. But first, as always, people, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. It helps the channel grow, and it really does mean a ton to us. We've got a solid MLB slate on tonight. I've got 4 picks to hand out that I'm pretty excited about. We're doing pretty good so far this week. Now, we've only done 2 videos so far this week. Apologies for that. But in the 2 videos that we have done, we have a 7-2 prop record so far this week. We went 4-0, a nice little sweeperoonie on Monday, and we went 3-2 on Tuesday. So 7-2 overall, a pretty solid week, which is being added on top of what has already been a really solid season for us here in the MLB Player Prop video series. So let's keep that positive momentum going. Let's keep those good vibes rolling into today's video. Again, 4 picks. Let's not waste any time, guys. Let's dive right into today's video. Jumping right into the Outlier screen, guys. Shout out to Outlier. They're the sponsor of today's MLB Player Prop video and all of our MLB Player Prop videos here on the channel. We do have a special link down below in our description that gives you guys a 7-day free trial to check Outlier out for yourself. Outlier provides a ton of insight, a ton of data, and it really does make you a better sports bettor. And the best part is, there's no cost to you initially. It's a 7-day free trial. You try it out for yourself. You don't like it, you go ahead, you cancel it. No cost to you guys at all. But I'm telling you guys, you will absolutely love Outlier. It's made me a better sports bettor, and it will definitely make you a better sports bettor. Stick around and watch today's video for a little bit more about what Outlier can do for you. But one more time, that link is down below. That'll give you a 7-day free trial to check Outlier out for yourself. All right, our first of 4 props in today's video. We're starting off with the Yankees-Blue Jays game. We got a 7:07 p.m. first pitch. We're going George Springer, under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs here. You can get that on BetMGM for plus 100, DraftKings minus 105, and it's also available on PrizePicks and Underdog for minus 120. As always, guys, shop around, find the best odds available for you, and don't worry about what grandma says. It's not bad to have multiple sports books and multiple bets that are active on multiple sports books. It actually is a smarter thing to do if you're sports betting and trying to make a little extra cash while doing it. All right, guys, so looking at this data, he's cashed this in 8 of his last 10 games. Now, his average is 2.1 HRRs per game. Now, that is, of course, because the last 2 games, he has been red hot. You see, versus the Red Sox on June 25th, he had 6 total HRRs, and yesterday versus the Yankees, he had 9. So I'm really going ahead and fading this performance. He's had 2 really big games. I think what goes up has to come down, and I think it's going to come down here today because overall, he's been cashing the under pretty consistently. You see the last 20 games, a 70% hit rate for Springer. That's 14 of his last 20 games. He has cashed the under an average of 1.65 HRRs per game, and again, that average is boosted because of the last 2 games, him having really massive games. But overall, on the year for Springer, it's been pretty low. The under's been pretty good. 64% hit rate, averaging 1.53 total bases per game. You see, those 2 games, these last 2 games, are the 2 best games he's had all season long. I don't think he'll keep up that streak or that pace, I should say, for much longer. Again, a 64% hit rate so far on the year. And look at the head-to-head data versus the Yankees. It's not too bad. You see a 55% hit rate, 11 of his last 20 games versus the Yankees. He's cashed the under average of 2.05 HRRs per game. For the last time I'll mention it, that number is obviously boosted because he had 11 yesterday versus the Yankees. But you see, overall, for the most part, it remains pretty low. And the splits look pretty good here, too, for this match. You see Springer versus Marcus Stroman, 9 plate appearances since 2018. Just a 143 batting average versus Stroman head-to-head. His OBP 333, only 1 hit versus Stroman dating back to 2018. Overall, this year, Springer's only batting 204, kind of a rough year for him. The number is slightly better versus right-handed pitchers. It goes up to 216, but still not very good overall. And looking at Stroman, his numbers actually increase in our favor versus right-handed batters. Overall, a 3.15 ERA, 225 batting average low, which is pretty good. Those numbers actually decrease, which is good for us. So a 2.54 ERA versus right-handed batters and a 220 batting average allowed versus right-handed batters. So overall, a really solid matchup here. Stroman versus a hitter that, although the last couple games he's been hot, overall Springer hasn't been the best this year. Pretty solid matchup here. I like the spot for Springer. All right, guys, for our second prop in today's slate, we are moving on to the Astros-Mets 7:10 p.m. first pitch. We're going Brandon Nimmo here of the Mets, under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Available on PrizePicks, DraftKings, BetMGM, and Underdog, all for around minus 120 odds. Now, the data for this one's not going to be fantastic. You see, only once in his last 10 games has he actually cashed his under. Brandon Nimmo's actually been hitting the ball very well of late for the Mets, but overall in the year, just a 50% hit rate. So 37 out of 74 games, he's actually cashed the under. And look at the head-to-head data here. See 2 out of 3 times versus the Astros dating back to last season, he has cashed the under, average of 0.67 HRRs per game. I'm not going to linger too long on the data here, guys, because I'll be honest, this data is not fantastic. And we're not ignoring it. It's worth mentioning. It's a little bit of a risky play because of the fact that the recent data is not fantastic. But this is all about the splits. And the splits are pretty solid. You see Brandon Nimmo, overall 242 batting average here, not bad. But versus right-handed pitchers, it does drop to 237. This is more about who he's going up against in the pitching matchup, and it's Ronel Blanco, who's having a really strong year for the Astros. A 2.34 ERA, 164 batting average allowed is actually ridiculous. So he's been having a fantastic season. Obviously, a Cy Young candidate there, and Ronel Blanco. And versus left-handed batters, although the data is a little bit worse, it's still really good. 2.51 ERA, 168 batting average allowed. Yes, Brandon Nimmo has been hot. He has been hitting, I guess, hot of late, but you got a matchup here versus one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball right now. I don't think he's going to have a ton of success in tonight's game. Of course, it's called gambling for a reason. We could be wrong. I do like the spot here. It's fading him and taking the under, I think, is the right play today. All right, guys, for our third prop in today's slate, we are moving on to the Guardians-Royals game, 8:10 p.m. first pitch in this one. We're going Tristan McKenzie here, over 3.5 strikeouts. Now, we're getting this one for minus 140 on FanDuel. It does jump up to minus 145 on BetMGM, minus 150 on Caesars, minus 155 on DraftKings. So overall, you see the odds are a little bit higher on this prop, but for good reason. Tristan McKenzie has been cashing this number at an extremely high rate. 9 of his last 10 games, he's cashed this over, an average of 5.3 strikeouts per game. So far in 2024, a 73% hit rate, 11 out of 15 games this year. He's cashed the over, averaging 4.73 strikeouts per game. And look at the head-to-head data here. You see the last time he faced off with the Royals was on June 4th of this very season. So he's already pitched against them this year. He had 7 strikeouts the last time he faced off with Kansas City. So why is this not higher? Because minus 140 obviously is high, but you'd think it'd be a little bit higher, or the line would be a little more elevated. Well, it's because the Royals actually, statistically speaking, are not really a team that gets struck out a ton. Now, it's been better in our favor over the last 30 games. So overall in the year, you see they are top 5 in the Major League Baseball for the lowest strikeout rate in the league. Only a 19.5% strikeout rate. That's 4th best in Major League Baseball. So they don't strike out a ton here, this Royals team. Now, over the last 30 games, that number's gotten worse. It's now 12th in the league, which is still really good for them, but for us, it's a little bit better, 20.7% strikeout rate. So they've been striking out a little bit more frequently over the last 30 games, but still overall, they are in the top half of the league in terms of their strikeout rate. However, you look at batting average and stuff like that, they're about a middle of the road to a slightly bottom half of the league team. Tristan McKenzie's stats here, 21.8% strikeout rate, kind of low for a starting pitcher. However, his strikeouts per 9 innings, 8.7, is pretty good, 62nd percentile there for McKenzie. So overall, you got a guy who's been covering this prop pretty solidly all year long. It's not a bad option to throw in a parlay. I know, obviously, betting this one straight up, maybe not the best option, but in a parlay, not a bad prop to throw in there. So I like Tristan McKenzie here, over 3.5 strikeouts. All right, guys, we have one prop left in today's video. We just hit the 8-minute mark. So if you guys are still watching to this point in the video, comment 8 down below. I really do appreciate, as always, all the people who watch through the entire video and don't just skip ahead to look for the final picks. However, if you are looking just for the final picks, that link will be down below in our description as well. It takes you right to the outlier page, and I will show you how that works to the end of the video, what happens when you go to that page, and so on and so forth. I know Ed does the pinned comment thing. This is what I do. I think it's a really easy way to tail the pick. So comment 8 if you're still watching at this point in the video. Again, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching all the way through. Our fourth and final prop of today's slate, we're going Dodgers-Giants, which has a 10:15 p.m. first pitch. We're going Shohei Ohtani here, over 1.5 total bases. We can get this on DraftKings for minus 105, also available on FanDuel, Caesars, PrizePicks, and Underdog. However, DraftKings here provides the best odds at minus 105. And the data looks pretty good for this one. You see his last 10 games, 9 of his last 10 games, he's cashed the over, an average of 4.3 total bases per game. So far in 2024, a 57% hit rate for Ohtani, 45 out of 79 games. He's cashed the over, an average of 2.53 total bases per game. And the head-to-head data, 6 of the last 9 times, very nice. He's faced off with the Giants, he's cashed the over, an average of 2.44 total bases per game versus the Giants dating back to August of last year. And honestly, I'm not really sure why this is at minus 105. I was looking around trying to see if I missed something, but I don't think I did. It's at minus 105, but it feels like a steal here. Look at the splits. It makes it even more of an attractive prop here. See Ohtani versus Logan Webb dating back 2018. 9 plate appearances, 429 batting average versus him. 571 slugging percentage, 556 OBP with only 1 extra base hit, but 4 total bases. Look at the splits down below. 322 batting average this year for Ohtani, but versus right-handed pitchers, it gets even better, goes to 337. His extra base hit percentage, 56.7%. Really good. Across the board, you see a lot of green there. And Logan Webb, on the year, 3.16 ERA, 262 batting average allowed. Now, the batting average allowed shows green, but it still stays the same at 262, which is still solid for us. His ERA does increase to 3.74. His slugging percentage increases to 3.69. And his extra base hit percentage jumps to 29.6. 29.6 is still actually pretty low for a starting pitcher. We've seen some other starting pitchers a lot higher. But 29.6 is not that bad. But with a 56.7% extra base hit percentage like Ohtani, you have a really good matchup here. Ohtani, of course, one of the best players in baseball right now. You see he's been covering it pretty consistently. I think it's a pretty solid spot. Just this year alone, you look at versus the Giants, he's cashed it in 5 of 6 meetings with the Giants this year. So a really solid spot here for Ohtani. All right, guys, so that's all 4 picks from today's video. Again, you can kind of do with it what you want. Now, if you want to parlay all 4 of these picks together on DraftKings, you can do that and get a parlay of plus 1,050 odds. Could sprinkle a little something on it. We have had a 4-0 sweep on Monday, so it's not like we can't do it. We already did it once this week, so who says we can't do it again? Plus 1,050 odds, worth throwing a little something on. But that's not the intention of these bets. You can do whatever you want with them. This is not like our NBA videos where we just do parlays. These are just straight bets. You do what you want with them. If you want to parlay them, you parlay them. If not, you do what you like. But those are all 4 picks for today's slate. When you click that link down below for the picks, it'll take you to this page here. It'll show you all these picks detail. It'll show you all the different sports books that are available on it and the varying odds. And it's very simple. You go click down here, whatever sportsbook you're using, just click add to bet slip, and it'll take care of the rest for you. It's that simple. It's that easy. Shout out to Outlier for making it that easy. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, people. One more time, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Until next time, guys, I hope you're all winners. Have a good one.